Question: what is nature? You always talk about nature, beauty, sunset, sunrise, full moon, stars, galaxies, flowers, colors, and you also say that to observe these colors, and this is the real meditation. What is nature and why one should connect with the nature? Listen with all your attention. While listening, you will connect with nature and with you. If you disconnected with nature, you are disconnected with you. If you have no relationship with nature, you cannot have any relationship with anyone, anybody, with your friends or family, and with the nature, with this earth. However, you can live in big family and society, but inside you have no connectedness. This is very important, vitally important to understand nature connectedness. Nature connectedness is the state of mind where you are responsible for every moments of happenings with nature, with you, with everything you are connected. Before I go deeply into what is nature connectedness, first understand this word, nature. Nature is driven from the very root of natural. Natural means which is original, which is unpolluted, uncorrupted. Nature means which is in its original form. Nature is not the product of thought. You cannot create nature. You can create material things, machines, complex complex machines, cars, furnitures, houses, architect, medicine, surgeries, and all comfortable instruments, but you cannot create a tree, a bee, a flower. Thought cannot create nature. That's why when you connect with nature, you are not connecting with thought. Otherwise, your whole life is connected and the process of connection with thought. You are and your relationship, your family, your wife, husband, children, and children of their children, and friend circle, and relations, relatives, everything is an expansion of thought. Thought is an instrument with you connect. Therefore, everything goes wrong because thought is broken up. Thought is itself corruption. Thought is momentary. Thought is material. Thought moves within the field of time and distance. Therefore, it is very limited, and everything which is limited produces a very narrow view of life. Everything which is limited will produce prejudices, judgments, and enormous narrow life, and will produce mediocre people which will destroy to each other. Mediocres are really the great problem on this planet. Nature connectedness is to connect with nature. Connect means you are care of, considering, sensitive. You are feeling very fine, very, very deeply. Connectedness means you feel deeply one with the things you are connected. One means there is no distance between you and nature. If you cut a tree, you will cut your leg. When you kill an animal, you kill yourself. How you can love your wife or husband or children or your lover? Because killing is an act of destroying, denying nature. Connectedness means, in true sense of the word, that you are caring of, you are considering, caring, consideration, feeling profoundly, being sensitive, being responsible, having passion, having the tremendous vital energy to see, observe, and protect the nature. Every person wants to be protected, but they are continuously destroying other living beings and nature. But they want to protect themselves and their family only. It is contradiction. Why do you demand protection? Because you are destroying always every creation of the planet. If you don't destroy physically, but you destroy through psychological level, when you don't harm physically, but the way you live, you harm the nature and therefore all living beings. Leading a mediocre life is harming the nature. Living the life based on thought is harming the nature and therefore isolating yourself from the nature. There is no connectedness feeling with nature today. Mostly people are living in their concrete jungles, their concrete ugly flats like container. Have you seen your flats in which you are living? The design, it's very similar to container. There are less windows, less light comes in. And when there are few windows, you put on curtain, make it more dark. It shows your inner darkness. You don't let the light come in your flat. The house should be made out carbs material, earth, the soil, and all natural which are coming from the soil. Such houses should be made because they can breathe. Because soil breathes, cement not. And there should be beautiful architect, simple, use windows and open yard. And house should be surrounded by plants, by nature, so you are protected. Because plants, trees protect you. Politician cannot protect you. The journals and militaries cannot protect you because these journals and militaries are organized murderer. How they can protect you? Nationalism cannot protect you. and gathering enormous money as your greedy, extremely fearful, self-proclaimed masters and gurus gathering the wealth, and your prominents, your politicians, all are gathering tremendous wealth, cannot protect you. What can protect you? The nature. But you are destroying this nature. You have no sense of being connected with nature. Today I am talking very important holistic approach of man existence. How you can exist on this planet. You have existed fragmentally till now, and this fragmentary existence always you have to fight, struggle. There are always wars. Right now there is war, Israel and Palestine. There is war in Myanmar. But there is war everywhere in a small scale. There are wars in families. Right now, in this moment, millions of people are in the process of getting divorce, separation. Every divorce creates hate, envy, and leaves enormous psychological wounds. And then these wounds further creates wounds in other human beings, and so goes on, goes. The chain creates another chain. Holistically living is the only now future of earth and human beings, because you have lived thousands of years. I think at least 2 million years you are living in fragmented life, which is based on thought only. And now holistic life, which is based on connectedness, nature connectedness. In nature connectedness comes all connectedness. When you are connect with nature, you connect with humans as well. Because connectedness knows no separation at any level. Since you are not connected, the consequences we have seen, what is happening right now on our planet. All rivers are polluted. I have just seen and got horrified in India. People are throwing dead bodies in Ganga. Hundreds and thousands of dead bodies are found last week. I have seen here in a TV news. And these dead bodies are infected by deadly virus corona, and who are throwing these dead bodies are really enemy of earth, enemy of Ganges. They are really criminals. At the same time, they worship Ganga. You see the contradiction. Why it is contradiction? because all your worship, all your Mother Day you celebrate, all your festivals are based on contradiction, thought level. Somebody wrote me and wished me happy Akshay Ekadasi festival. I don't know what the nonsense it is. And I was really shocked to read this message. Why they wish. Whole world is suffering, and India, they are all dead bodies. People are dying through corona. There is no place for burning. And this man is wishing his nonsense. You are continue keeping your deadly wishes but not do anything. You don't see, you are so blind. Man is suffering. And you are just indulged in your deadly weapons of thought, desires, habits. These are all habits. You don't see that nature is itself a festival. Nature, you go in nature and there is festival happening at every moment. Why don't you join it? But you are sitting in your ugly concrete dark flat and wishing to your friends and your families happy Mother Day or happy Father Day or happy Janmashtami Day or this day and that day and happy birthday, happy anniversary. All this jargon, all this garbage you are doing, and you are thinking you are a very good person, you are connected. You can't connect. These things cannot connect because they do not exist. What exists is nature. Tree exists, flower, sun, galaxies, bees. Have you seen them? They are existing, but with you don't have connectedness with these things. You are so indulged wishing your desires to others. You are wishing happy things, what your wishes are contaminated. Your wishes are corrupt. You are leading corrupted life and then wishing people for good health. It will not reach. If you are leading holy life, holistic life, which contains no contradiction, you are having the sense of nature connectedness. Your presence can heal, your touch can heal others, can heal many sickness, physically as well as mentally. The strength of nature connectedness is the strength of enormous healing power, because you get all the strength and power from nature. You have destroyed the earth and its habitats. Beautiful animals are disappearing. They are in the verge or extinct. Many species lost. People have killed them out of their fun, weekend fun, to kill animals. Today I got up early morning from the ugly sound of bullets where I live. Few hundreds only. 400 meters there is forest. There are living beautiful deers, and now they are bringing babies. So these hunters, ugly hunters here in Western world, shooting, killing them, these beautiful animals, and they eat, and they also distribute the flesh of these deers in their neighborhood. And such a person just living at least 20 meters away from my house, he is highly educated. He is a doctor. But his brain is so primitive. He is having a deadly gun which is connected with binocular. And this man goes and shoot down beautiful deers. And then sometime he comes with me and he wants to discuss with me about love and truth. As you see the contradiction, you see how hypocrite and mediocre is human mind. You have collected so much knowledge, you have many degrees, but you are still primitive. Man is not educated at all. Education could not take place on our planet. There used to be education in an ancient India where Nalanda University was existing. People were learning their first life, first learning self-knowledge, to know yourself, and then learning mathematics, astrology, psychology, and other knowledge was secondaries. People were living there, and the masters were teaching the life. Similar things were existing in Egypt, where pyramids are found, which are many thousands years old, 6 to 10,000 years old. Similar people were living in Greece. You can see tremendous beautiful architect of Greece, and which were also built by the ways of astrology, mathematics. Similar architect is existing and is still in Arabian countries, in Saudi Arabia, and it is called Al-Lula. Al-Lula. A-L-U-L-L-A. Al-Lula. Thousands of years old, ancient, mysterious structure found by archaeology is still existing. Also in India, Mohenjo-daro and Nalanda, caves of Ajanta and Ellora and Elephanta caves, Sanchi. I was there. And Tibet. And these all countries which I have mentioned were connected through telepathy. And they were sharing their knowledge of astrology and mathematics through telepathy. And they were so connected to each other and cooperating. Why these all lost? Have you ever asked why within overnight the Indian culture disappeared, destroyed? Why the Indian wisdom destroyed? Because of you. You see now how today's India is rat race, mediocres. No wisdom at all. All are pursuing jobs. What happened to the profound ancient Indian culture? Disappeared, taken over by Western material attitudes. What happened? Why don't you have nature connectedness? What has happened to your brain? Why it is so paralyzed? Why do you seek security in spiritual authorities which are heavily corrupted? These so-called guru masters who grow the long beard and put a cap and close their eyes and declare their enlightenment day, are product of your blindness. They are evil. You have created these evils because you have no nature connectedness. If you have nature connectedness, these so-called phony gurus, masters will disappear. They are befooling you, and you are befooling them. They provide you fancy dresses to wear and put their malas, photos, new name with certificates, and promise to get peace and enlightenment. Promise that they will help you when you do meditation. Because you are greedy and fearful, you want help. So you are so fearful that if you meditate, something will happen. So your guru will come in invisibly and help you and push you to the path of truth. But it is all wrong and poisonous, because in meditation nobody can help you, because in first place meditation is very protected. No help is needed. It is the only protected state of mind which is absolutely safe from all danger. So no savior is needed, no protector is needed. Why are you so slaves of these protections, asking always to protect yourself? You have no nature connectedness. People who have thrown the dead bodies in Ganges, they have no love of Gangas, no sense of any connectedness. Because if they have any connectedness with nature, with Ganga, they will feel, oh God, I will pollute the water, because many species will die. In Ganges only there are they are used to the sweetwater dolphin. They are mostly died. Whole planet they are the only Ganga's dolphin. Nowhere in the world you can find them. They are all disappeared. Maybe a couple of Ganga dolphin is still alive, maybe not. They are throwing. Look how cruel people are. And these people are worshipping. Therefore, all your rituals, worship, your wishes, all are the part of material products, futile nonsense. So, when you are listening this talk over nature connectedness, understand, and please never wish me your festivals or your happy Mother Day or happy Father Day. Don't wish me all this nonsense. A gentleman has wished me happy Akshay Ekadasi festival, and also he wishes for my family happy, but I don't have family. He knows that, still he's writing this. My family is nature. Every living being, All mountains, rocks, jungles, beautiful animals, dolphins, whales, human beings, children, trees, the jungle of Arizona, Grand Canyon, the Victoria Fall, an Australian canyon, African savannas, and Kilimanjaro, all are my family. And not only this, the whole earth, and since earth is connected with solar system, so I am living on earth, and I am there because sun is providing the food and light. So I am also connected with solar system is my family, and solar system is connected with galaxies and universe. So the whole universe I belong to is my family. So never wish me such poisonous things. Next time be aware when you write. And I don't need your wishes, which are poisonous, ugly, coming from your dark corner of fear and greed. You must break down all your psychological habits as well as physical habits. Habits of overeating. You are collecting so much fat and you are wishing other person happy health. How contradiction is it is, isn't it? You are consuming lots of junk food, alcohol, cigarettes, drugs, sugar. So your body has become so insensitive, and it has become the house of evil. You have no energy. Laziness and lethargy governs your body. You don't do exercise. You don't go sometime that 2-3 days you live in jungle retreat. Live 1 or 2 days or 3. Disappear that nobody can find you. Switch off your these ugly smartphones so they can't find you, where you can't trace you and you can't trace them. Live these few days, few nights in jungle, on the rocks. Sleep on the rock and watch the stars. Listen the insects chorus songs, eternal songs, and the hoot of wild owls in night calling to each other, and listening the sound of wild dog, fox, and wolves. The howl of wolves. You also start howling with them in night. I have spent such night in Australia, in Pinnacle, in Western Australia. It is called Pinnacle. There are stones cone form, cone, and they are millions of years old. How they came in this area, nobody knows. And when I entered in Pinnacle, I decided to stay overnight there because the stars were so close and clear against the dark sky and eternal silence of Pinnacles. But the ranger said that it's not allowed to night because there are deadly scorpion and highly poisonous snakes. Australian snakes are the highest poisonous. And the black barrow spider, its bite can end up fatally dead. But the beauty and magnetic pull was so strong that I said, I will stay here. Watch the stars. Because these stars are from that point were very near, touching you, penetrating you. And I watched, and it is enlightened. It is not that I got enlightened, but it is enlightened itself. The process of enlightenment is always there. You have to join it. So you will then never announce your own ugly enlightenment, which is not only illusion but befooling other human beings. This universe is already enlightened, full of light. You have to join it and merge in it and disappear. So you are also then the part of that enlightenment. That's all. Now you will ask why these people say that 20 of March under the tree I got enlightened. Then I will say you it is false and this man is befooling you. A person who says I know, he knows nothing. And a person who says I am enlightened, he is not. Because as a person you cannot be enlightened. It is your own illusion. It is your own habits of getting superior against other human beings. But there is the quality of enlightenment. Enlightenment means the clearness, connectedness with everything, where there is no separation between you and others, between you as observer and others as observed. No distance, no time. That state is the state of pure enlightenment, which is not individual, which is not particular person. And this is always so new that you cannot say, I have got enlightened this day and this time. It is foolish and phony because it is always afresh. It is not in time, so you cannot say the time. And it is an eternal process. It is not that once you have got enlightened, then you got enlightened. Then you can do your corruption now. Start gathering thousands of cars and thousands of aeroplanes and thousands acres of land, purchase diamonds and exploit the women sexually, take drugs, wear fancy dresses, grow your beard and close your and open your eyes in such dramatic way that people will think that this man is enlightened, but in fact this man is drugged, drugged, psychologically drugged and physically drugged. Don't ask any help from such people, because the real teacher, and we had real teacher, Lord Gautama the Buddha, he left all these things, enormous wealth, palaces, diamonds, thousands of women dancing around him to please him. All this sex racket, money racket, all he left. What he left, these gurus are collecting. They are extremely corrupt. And you are supporting them out of your ignorance and your blind desires to become enlightened. Nature connectedness can dissolve all your problems. Go sometime, even few hours disappear. If you can't go for 1 day or 2 or 3 or 3 weeks or 3 months. Buddha did it. He went 6 intensive years in retreat in jungles. That time, the India was blessed by dense jungles and animals and elephants, tigers, beautiful animals, and they all supported Buddha. Even highly poisonous snake supported Buddha, because love is the language which which anybody can understand. All animals understand it. They are not aggressive then. He went in deep retreat to understand himself. These so-called masters and gurus, Kathavachak, they have explained that Buddha left his family, his kingdom, his wife for truth. It is wrong. They have written thousands of books over Buddha, but all are false. Buddha has not left for the truth, but Buddha wanted to understand himself. He wanted to understand why. there is suffering. And if it can be end, if there is liberation from suffering, he wanted to know why there is sickness and death. If there is beyond death eternity, is there truth or not? He wanted to find out the true answers because his questions were profound and true. And when the questions are profound, they set you in the eternal voyage, eternal journey. And then he went in retreat because living in material life, palaces, enormous, famous atmosphere of continuous entertainment, one has no time to self-inquiry, self-knowledge. So you can do even one day or 2-3 hours, disappear. Don't let anybody know where you are. 2-3 hours. Disappear not only bodily level but mentally level, that you don't show yourself, your existence, that you do not exist, you cease to exist at psychological level, that your I and self cannot manifest in these 2-3 hours. We, one with words, flying birds, listen, animals, watch stars, sunset, sunrise, the fragrance of fruits, the colors of lotus, and the flowing river and its sound. Watch, observe that the observer which you are do not exist few hours. Then you will be not only connected with nature, you will be filled by the strength of nature, and your broken brain cells will be rejuvenated and will be electrified, will be again alive and young, innocent, and you are healed. Nature, connectedness. Now you see the earth is suffering from polythene pollution. Here in Western world, they have recycling process. Everybody is collecting their polythene in a yellow bag. And every third week or 4, these yellow bags are collected and recycled. But still that recycling process creates pollution in the air. But in Asian countries, and predominantly in India and its neighboring countries, Pakistan and Bangladesh, Myanmar, and all this Burma and all this small Sri Lanka and these countries, they are throwing continuously plastic bottles, polythene, and they are throwing in Ganges. in other rivers. Just I have seen recently that few street cows who are eating polythene bags, they died, and veterinary doctors made dissection. They opened the stomach of these cows and they found at least 40 kilos, sometimes 30 kilos polythene. And similarly happening in Western world, they also throwing lots of garbage in ocean, polythene, and dolphins and huge whales when they died, and they were brought in laboratories to see what they are eating. In the whales, they found many tons of polythene in the stomach of whales. You understand now that poly- poly- polythene micro particles have mixed already in water and you are drinking every day. Once I have reminded you and talked about that you are eating every day a few milligrams of plastic, and 1 week you are eating one credit card, plastic credit card, like that weight of plastic credit card. There is no connectedness in all over the world. In Western world, people are living isolated and busy in their jobs, making money, and busy in their relationships. And other part of the earth where people are not aware at physical level, destroying the earth very brutally. There is no nature connectedness at all. Everybody is exploiting the nature. You never go and touch the plant, touch a tree, use people tree or Bodhi tree, touch it, mango tree, touch, embrace it, hug it, stay with it, feel its pulse, its rhythm and its breathe, because they are breathing. Listen their breath of the trees, listen their rhythm of heart. Smell the fragrance of mangoes. See their heights, their shadow, and the light coming through the dense leaves of mango trees. Sit down without movement of your body. Don't move your eyes. Sit down still few minutes. Be one with a tree. So you can dissolve your so-called I, your so-called self, which you are victim 24 hours. Nature connectedness is the connectedness of yourself, which is self-knowledge. Connect the nature connect yourself. Spend much time with nature, not with human beings. They will suck your energy, and you will suck their energy because you are suckers. Don't meet people to get any advantage, to get help, to seek any advantages at psychologically level or physical level. And then there will be direct connection with other human beings. Be considerate. Take care of. Take care of the land. Take care of the trees. Take care of animals and insects that when you walk, no harm can happen. Walk with enormous attention that not a single insect should die when you walk. Live on this earth that you exist. Do not. Only exists. The vast existence. And so you exist as existence, then you will never harm. Then you are yourself that existence. Namaste.